Mr. Chairman, Mr. Controller, board members, good evening. At the March 6th work session and called meeting, I presented information in that our web filtering contract would be up for renewal this month, and at the time I had indicated we were anticipating quotes in excess of $20,000 for that contract. That did hold. We have received 3 bids. We received a bid from Borderland for $23,790, a bid from iBoss Inside Sales for $24,595, excuse me, and a quote from Pocket Control for $28,969. The coverage, and I am recommending that that you accept Borderland's quoted price of $23,790 that matches the same bid price that they provided last year. The coverage does include the web filter site license for a 12-month period, the hardware warranty for the same period of time, as well as the threat management service that we deploy for a 12-month period as well. I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any. The one-to-one initiative planning that we have continued to work on has continued to go quite well. We have had no network problems to speak of at Alleghany High School and Clifton Middle at all since the deployment of the new network devices. The training plans have been going well. As you recall, the high school is meeting monthly with Mr. Dean of the TTRT, a staff member at AHS. Also, teachers are presenting lesson plans that would include examples of substitution in the instructional model that we are following for the one-to-one. Clifton Middle School, although taking a brief respite from training during the SOL writing test period, is set to complete their training, the initial Chromebook and Google Apps for Education training by the second week in April. So we're doing quite well. We have also continued with our IT weeks at each of the elementary schools, with the main goal being to stay ahead of the curve. This week is actually Sharon's IT week, so we began working out there to address any problems that we might anticipate with legacy devices like laptops, iPads, and such. So all of that continues to go quite well. One of the things that we have spent a good bit of time on over the last month, however, is the results of the one-to-one connectivity study that we completed during the last week in February, and I believe you should have an example of those results in your packet this evening. One of the, there were 3 points that I think stood out in that survey. And one was question number 3, how do you access the internet at home? And although we had roughly just a third of the surveys returned to us, out of the surveys that we did get back, 836 papers, 41 students and their families reported no internet access at home. So if that trend were to hold, say, through the other 2/3 that we didn't receive back, that would present possibly 120 homes that do not have internet access where our students live. Also, question number 8, do you have Wi-Fi access in your homes? And we had 123 homes report back that they do not have Wi-Fi access, which can be a detriment with the fact that we are deploying Wi-Fi devices as part of the one-to-one initiative. Although no homework is requiring internet, it still, I think, is a significant statistic that stands out. Lastly, question number 10 was related to the speed of the access that families have at their homes. And again, roughly a third of homes report sometimes sufficient access to not sufficient for those types of things that they think would be required to provide a good learning environment as far as an internet connection is concerned. So with that information in mind, as part of my information items, you'll see number 5, I have listed Khajiit as an item I'd like to discuss tonight. And Khajiit is a service that provides a managed Wi-Fi connection through cellular service, say like through a Verizon or a Intello's type ISP, with the addition of a mobile access point that, say, could be mounted in a bus. And so what we did is we got a trial device through our vendor, Verizon, and we installed that device in one of our technicians' vans, and we just kind of explored the county to see what Wi-Fi service was like in the area. And we found that from Rich Patch south, that's basically no signal whatsoever. There's not a whole lot that we can do there. But we were quite surprised to see that in areas like Indian Draft, Johnson's Creek, Ugley's Creek, with the device installed, we got a pretty good signal. So we had a good signal in the Falling Spring area. We had a good signal in Sharon area. We had a good signal out in the Callahan area. So with this information in mind, Mr. Katolka thought it might be beneficial if I mentioned a plan that we have moving forward, whereby we can provide this mobile Wi-Fi service, if you will, to 4 locations: Clifton Middle School, Callahan, Sharon area, Falling Spring area north, at a cost of $9,256 for the initial year. Now that initial year would provide us with 250 gigabytes of shared service across 4 buses. Now if we had to renew the service next year and renew the data as well in year 2, that cost is only $3,068, a cost that we can absorb by canceling an existing contract that we have that manages the inventory for PCs that we are phasing out as we move forward with the one-to-one initiative. So that there would be a potential in this year 1 that we would have to find some funds to make up the first year cost, but the second year cost we could fully absorb. So as we move forward right now, we are working on the planning to be able to deploy this, so I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
So it's basically making the buses hotspots.
Basically, yes, sir. And with an inverter, just a standard inverter that you might buy at Walmart, we could potentially provide up to 9 hours of internet access.
What we would do is bring this as an action item next month, since we didn't. This information didn't come until Wednesday last week, so I thought we'd bring it to you as a possibility. It would also be neat because all the way home students could access the internet, possibly even on activity trips as well. And so it gives our students another a way to provide them the service they need to be successful.
Is there any way to get a map of what you have in the county so we can see what areas aren't covered with this, plus what's already out there?
Pretty much so.
Probably just look at Verizon.
Well, yeah, it's kind of what
We have been working with a community organization with a grant on internet service throughout the county. I can't think of the name of the group, and I apologize. And so they actually want this report, so Mr. Hall was going to come to that to our next meeting. We may be able to find some grant money as well to send. But from that map, it's very similar to the map that was done for the county for the 911 service. It shows where the county does not have access to it. And we can certainly provide an update to that as well.
I know for sure in Rich Patch area, I know there are students that don't have a home phone and don't have cellular service, so
Yes.
they're without everything.
Yes.
You know, so that's something that they have.
Yeah. The other we talked about is locating the buses probably in the evening, possibly the church, or possibly the fire station, or a community, place out there, out in the community that we know has access, and they can come out there and they can use that at the time.
And if I might add, the Khajiit service gives us the ability to lock down that Wi-Fi signal just to the devices that we allow, so I'll be able to export information related to our one-to-one initiative, import that same data into the Khajiit system, and provide only access to Chromebooks.
How many gigabytes did you say?
It's a 250 gigabyte per year plan.
Per year, per bus?
No, it's 5 gigabytes per month. It's a 10-month contract.
I use that on my cell phone every month.
Yeah. We're going to filter it pretty tightly to allow no streaming. Yeah.
What's it cost again per gigabyte after that?
It's $9.99 for any overage.
When you park these buses, that's what you're talking about, parking a bus in the area. Is it just, do you have to go get near the bus, on the bus, or do you have a range
Yes, sir.
around the bus?
You would have to park near the bus, but the actual range of signal is 150-foot radius.
150 foot.
We do have the ability to lock down that 5 gigabytes, so once we've reached that limit, we can turn that off, and not encounter any overages.
And again, it's something we start small and then we go from there.
See what we need.
So, thank you.